Welcome back, trainers. So we did have a great successful raid day yesterday with Raikou. I did catch myself a shiny as well as another treat, which we will be going over here in just a moment. Now, in my last video, I did say something along the lines of, oh, well, the Alolan Pokemon are not going to have increased spawns in the wild. But of course, as soon as I upload the video, Niantic increased the spawns for the Alolan Pokemon in the wild, in which you can get those shinies. Now, there are reports of the Alolan Exeggutor being an increased shiny odds, so take note of that. And I did find myself one as well. That's pretty much the only one I really wanted, other than the Alolan Rattata or Rattata. That's the one I actually want too. So with that said, let's go ahead and hop into this video and see what we have going on here. Alrighty, so we did start our route in our typical way with all of the trainers that we usually hang out with. We just go in one car and just knock them out. And we'll be getting into how many I did here in just a moment. So I did have quite a bit of luck going into the first raid, as you're going to see here. And we're also going to be discussing how good was Garchomp really going up against the Raikou? Was it as big and as hyped up as everybody was making it out to be? And I'm going to tell you this right now. It performed absolutely magnificent going up against Raikou, for the exception of possibly Shadow Ball, in which any ground type would, take more damage than usual, other than the electric moves, right? But I was able to last the whole duration of the raids with 7 of us attacking. So right off the bat, guys, check it out. First raid, I'm getting a shiny Raikou. That is quite amazing. So I will be actually doing a lucky trade here shortly as well, in which I have actually already did it just later in the video. And something weird happened. I'm going to tell you this. I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but I see it a lot in PvP when I'm battling somebody over and over and over again. And I've already received my rewards a long time ago, but we've battled so much that I start getting rewards again. And now you can say, well, it's possibly because of their time zone changing. Therefore, you are benefiting from the rewards for that different time zone in their area. And yeah, that makes sense. But the thing is this. I was raiding with one of the trainers here, and it was pretty weird because we have had the interactions for several hours. But all of a sudden, the lucky friendship pops up on the screen. Now, somebody made a note and mentioned this to me and said, well, maybe you just didn't see the actual animation until now because we were just hopping in and out of raids so frequently and you didn't really give it time to pop up. That's a possibility, but I don't think that actually happened because I was on the main screen for quite some time for a while there, so we'll be looking at that as well. And did you see how well the Garchomp did there? Just magnificent. It saved. It's not that I needed to save items, to be honest with you, because you start throwing them away because you collect way too much, and that's what we did. But the Garchomp at this point is a fantastic Pokemon to have. Now, do you need multiple of them? That's entirely up to you if you want to power up more than one Garchomp. Personally, for me, for now, I'm just going to stick to one because that's all I really need it for specific tasks that I'm going up against raids or whatever like that. When we do get a different raid boss in the future, or possibly if Raikou returns, then I may power up another Garchomp, but for now, I'll just stick to one. Okay, now let's go ahead and go over really quick on whether or not you want to be powering up your Raikous, or at least a whole team of them currently. If you already have a whole team, that's perfectly fine because the thing is an absolute beast. But in Gen 5, we will be getting more legendary Pokemon, which do hold that electric typing here. So this is going to be Thundurus. Max CP. Well, all the stats are subject to be a little bit different, okay? I don't know how accurate GoHub is going to be right now for all of these stats, but just know this, that the attack stat is going to be currently higher than Raikou on this form. Now, the Thundurus is going to have an alternate form in which the attack is somewhere around 293 or something like that. Absolutely outrageous, right? So, leaving the question, well, if we're going to get such an amazing electric attacker in Gen 5 for a legendary, but, that's way down the line, is it going to be worth powering up a whole bunch of Raikous right now? And to my response, and that is going to be, power up the Raikous as you feel necessary, because like a lot of people keep pointing out to me, I mean, we don't want to sit around and wait for these to show up, and then all this time has passed in which you could have done amazing challenges with your current Pokemon that you have, but you didn't power them up, so you're sitting there without them and unable to do any of these challenges that you really want to do. So personally for me though, I'm going to power up this lucky shiny Raikou that I did make this trade today. Very amazing. We're going to do that towards the end of this video, so we'll be maxing that out because, well, it's lucky and shiny, And not to mention, Raikou's pretty good. It's not going to have 15 in attack, this current one here, but that's okay. Still going to make that investment. There's going to be an absolute amazing treat towards the end of this video as well. My last raid, I couldn't believe what happened, so we'll be looking at that too. As well as a shiny that keeps breaking out. So, back to the subject here. Should you power up the Raikous? Yes, I say go for it, right. But if you are short on supplies, and investing all these rare candies can be a lot for you because you are unable to do a bunch of raids like a lot of other people, I say power up maybe 2 or 3 Raikou, and then you should be good. Thundurus here, once it does come into Pokemon Go, will be taking over that electric spot from Raikou. But there's one more variable that we need to mention, and that is going to be, is it going to even learn the movesets that's going to outperform Raikou? Possibly. Now, if it did get something like Thundershock and Thunderbolt, I think it should be able to outperform Raikou to some degree. Even though, you know, Thunderbolt is not going to be that great, and we know that Wild Charge is going to be a whole lot better, but with that massive attack, and also with its alternate form having almost 300 attack, then it should be looking pretty good there. But it's all going to boil down to the moves, so if you have to power up your Raikous now, go for it, but just know that there's going to be better future legendary Pokemon to outperform the current ones that we do have. Alright, so as you can tell, the shiny is breaking out over and over again. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, wow, this game is so broken, what is wrong with it? Well, slow down and let's talk about it. The thing is, we were in a car, we were moving, we were speed locked, and that's just a feature in the game. If you're going too fast, Pokemon are going to just simply break out, and that's that. And that is what happened. But here's the kicker, we were actually stopped. So the speed lock is still taking effect, but we are not actually moving. And I was getting a little nervous here. As you can see, I'm down to 5 Premier Balls. So we probably could have gotten a couple more raids if it wasn't for this. But I had them, and I was like, please, can you turn and go back to that raid so I can back out and then hop in and catch this shiny, because I don't want it to run from me. That'd be absolutely tragic. So they did, and I really appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much. And I was actually able to catch it. We'll take a look at that. So currently, as you can see, I'm not throwing any Premier Balls because, well, I don't want to waste the 5 that I have left and have it just simply run away from me. I wanted to get to that gym, go back, and go back into the raid. And that's what you need to do. If you have this trouble with a shiny or a possibly 100 or a 100 shiny even is breaking out of the Premier Ball in which they're supposed to stay in the first throw, simply go back to that gym. Hopefully the timer is still there and it's not over, and you should be okay. And there I go, missing like a scrub my last 5 balls on a shiny, and I was just like slap my face like, you gotta be kidding me, now I'm missing it. So I did go back, we were still hopped out of the catch screen, went back in, and I was able to actually catch that Raikou there. Okay, so this is going to be our last raid. I'm not going to put in all of the catch screens to see what's going on. I was only able to catch 2 shiny Raikous, but here we go. This is the very last raid. Let's see what we have, and it's not shiny, but look at that, a 100, 1972. I couldn't believe it. I didn't say anything. I just wanted to catch it first, and then I don't even think I said anything after that. I was feeling tired the whole day, so I was really quiet, just sitting back and catching these Raikous. So pretty happy about that. And if you're thinking to yourself, all right, well, shouldn't you power up the 100 over the shiny Lucky? And yeah, probably that would be the better idea to do so. It's going to cost me a little bit more Stardust, and I just want to max out that Lucky shiny Raikou. All right, and simple as that. The difference between a 100% IV and a 12 in attack is so minuscule that I'd rather just have that cool looking shiny Raikou and go with that one instead. Not to mention the Stardust cut. I don't want to get stingy over here with the Stardust and all that stuff, but it is a 100. Maybe one day in the future I might power it up, but for now I'm just going to stick to the shiny Lucky, as well as the one that I currently powered up a long time ago, which is going to be 15, 12, 15. So remember, those lower defense Pokemon are actually going to be fantastic, but not for PvP. More for PvE, going up against gyms in raids. Alright, so as we power up this amazing shiny Lucky Raikou, we will be looking at my most recent caught Pokemon and hatched as well. So as we did see in the beginning here, I did catch myself this as I was coming home from doing that lucky trade, because my neighborhood is quite amazing. It has a lot of great spawns, and I went through this one area and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go through here, see what happens. I seen the Exeggutor, clicked on it, and I love it when I have a good reaction. I wish I record myself from time to time doing that for a shiny that I really want or something that's new. Kind of yelled out loud and was just very excited. Tabbed on the surrounding Rattatas and was really hoping for a possible back-to-back shiny, but I feeling like I was getting a little greedy there. But nonetheless, we do have this one CP sitting at 907. I did power it up like once or twice, and that is going to be Alaska's area code, so pretty cool. I was even contemplating powering it up for the Great League and purchasing a secondary move because it does have ideal IVs for PvP, but I already have one. Didn't purchase a secondary move on the current 1500 one that I do have, but nonetheless, it is a shiny and I really enjoy this so much. I really like this one. I just want the regular Exeggutor now. So we're looking good there. Pretty nice. And then there is the Raikou completely maxed out. Sorry, little spoiler for you there. It's already maxed out, so you see the CP. Did get this shiny Eevee through the jumpstart tasks, which let's go ahead and back out here and take a look at that really quick. All right, not Pokemon. All right, and then here, and oh, look at that. We can claim everything. Neat. So yeah, we're going to move on to the next one here. We're going to get that XP, and now take a snapshot of Eevee. All right, let's do that really quick. You're going to see my room really fast. Now, if you haven't done this yet, you don't need to do it with the specific shiny Eevee. Oops, kicking stuff over here. You can just do it with any old Eevee. Don't I have such an exciting looking room, guys? Now, if we could just get this thing to spawn, please. All right, was finally able to get it going there. Let's take the snapshot. Perfect. And I've been transferring the Party Hat Pikachus because honestly, I already have one and I don't want a whole bunch of them sitting around. So now we did complete that. Now let's go ahead and, oh no, my Gardevoir wants a berry. That means somebody's taking that out. So let's go ahead and collect this reward here. And this is quite fantastic for newer trainers. Really nice. I did turn on a Lucky Egg. Didn't seem to get extra XP as well as the Star Piece. So not too sure what's going on with that. This Lapras has the possibility of being shiny, but it's not going to be guaranteed like the Eevee is, right? So we're just going to go ahead and throw that there and back out, and we should have caught it. Perfect. Now let's move on to the last one here while we do this. So make a new friend, win a level 3 raid or higher, evolve a Dragonair. All right, so there are all the Dratini candies that they're going to be making use right there. I do have the shiny, which I don't know if I really want to evolve that one. Probably, might as well. I was thinking about using it for the Great League. And then finally, at the very end, for the final reward, you have 2 Lucky Eggs, 100,000 XP, and 15,000 Stardust. So pretty good collection of dust and XP for newer trainers and older trainers alike. So there you go. Now hopping back into my collection here. So we got that Lapras right off the bat by simply pushing back, and that amazing new quick catch trick is just fantastic. If you have not heard about that quite yet, let me give you a rundown really fast. So basically, if you're on Android, a newer Android device that does have the bottom buttons, which you can push back, you're going to be able to simply throw the ball and push back, and you will possibly have caught, instead of doing the fast catch trick with, sliding the Pokeball over, yada, yada, yada. But this way you can simply do it, bingo, bango, and it's over with. So I did do another lucky special trade with the same trainer, Alaskan Alley. She was the one that I did the Raikou with. So we just did this a couple days ago, on the 28th, yeah, and then we got Lucky Friends yet again. Still no Lucky Friends with Scarlet Witch. I don't know what's going on with that. And what do I want to do with this Horsey? Well, Kingdra's great, I suppose, but it's definitely going to get outperformed by other dragon types. So I'm not too sure exactly what I want to do with it yet. Maybe I was thinking if Kingdra learned a new move in the future, then I can simply evolve into it, seeing that it's not going to get a community day because, well, its shiny has been released. But there is that. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. And then I did do this shiny trade with Scarlet Witch. I did give her my shiny Smoochums that I hatched because I know she really wanted it, and why not have an Altaria shiny in the Great League? So the IVs, I do believe its attack is higher up there, more so than the defense and stamina, unfortunately, so it's not PvP ideal, but still have that shiny factor going on there, so we're looking nice. And I did go plus this Mankey right before the event started. I was with my son. I was like, oh, go plus the shiny Mankey. We both kind of just laughed. This is going to be the best IVs out of all of them that I have. I do believe I had Go Plus 2 of them already, and then I actually tapped on 1. And with that said, trainers, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.